Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Automation Tech Guru. Create new test projects choosing different project template using C#.NET. In my previous video we have seen how we can create MS test and NUnit test projects. In this video we will see how we can create a SpecFlow test projects without Selenium. So this SpecFlow test projects basically provide us to create an unit test scenarios which allow us to create the test cases based on the SpecFlow, where we can create the feature files and step definition files. We are also running the training programs, and for those training programs registration also open for the below two batches, where we will see the Selenium with C# tutorial and live practical projects. In this training we will see the Selenium with C# 10 hours basics and advanced topic, and then we will have the VDD framework with the SpecFlow 6 hours SpecFlow project and framework design, and also we have RestSharp API automation, that is for the 6 hours API REST API testing framework. So these all bundle will be available for the 24 hours 11 days training program. And if you want to register with this training program, you just need to mail on this mail ID to register to book your sheet for this training program. And these two batch will be started from 28th January 2023, and these will be the Saturday and Sunday weekend sessions with 2 hours each session, and the timing is 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. in the morning and 9:30 to 11:30 p.m. in the evening IST. So we will start the just go for the Visual Studio and open it. So once you open the Visual Studio, you need to go to the new create a new project. So when you click on this, you will get all the options for the projects, but we need specifically for the SpecFlow. So just search for the SpecFlow projects. So you can see the SpecFlow project, a project template for creating executable specifications with SpecFlow. You can choose from different .NET framework and test framework. So you just need to select this and click on next. So once you click on next, you can just give the project name. So SpecFlow testing project, we will give the name for this project, and you just need to select the location. So in which location you want to uh, put this project. So I just choose any location. So I just create one folder here I just create a SpecFlow project, and then we just need to select this project folder. So now it will go inside this SpecFlow project, and you just need to click on this checkbox, that is place the solution and project in the same directory. So it will create a project and solution in the same directory, and you just need to click on the create. So it will ask for the .NET framework. So which .NET framework you want to use. So we are currently using the latest one, that is 6.0, and you also need to use the test framework. So which test framework you want to use, it is NUnit or XUnit or MSTest. So we will use the NUnit. And it also asking for the add fluent assertion library. So this basically the library which give you some specific assertions notation. So we will see how it will utilize. So after this selection, you just need to click on create. So once you click on create, it will create your project with the SpecFlow specifications. So you can see it is creating your project based on the SpecFlow. So if you go to the solution explorer, you can see here this is the solution and this is the project name, and if you go to the go inside the dependency, so then you will see the framework. It's just a .NET Core app, and in the packages, if you see, you can see the Fluent Assertion, Microsoft .NET Test SDK, NUnit and NUnit 3 Test Adapter, and SpecFlow.NUnit and the SpecFlow plus Living Doc plugin. So these are the two SpecFlow plugins, and these are for the execution of the test script. This is the NUnit adapter or plugin, and then you will see the feature file, and by default it is creating as a calculator.feature. And if you go back to this, so you can see the step definition is also created based on the calculator step definition. So in this way you can see the SpecFlow project is automatically created, so you don't want to add any adapter or any specific uh, DLL or any packages which is required for the SpecFlow. It's automatically creating. So now when you go to the SpecFlow feature, so this is the basically a feature. So feature name is SpecFlow calculator. So the feature name is calculator, and you can see you can put your tag also in it, and this is the scenario, and scenario is saying that add two numbers. In this you can see it is giving as given the first number is 50 and the second number is 70. When the two number are added, the result should be 120. So when you right click on it, and if you go to the definition, so if the definition is not there, then you need to create it, but for this it's already created by default from the project side. So once you click on it and go to the definition, it should allow to go to the that particular definition. I think it's just taking some time to go to that. Or if you right click and define the steps, so it's already saying that all steps has been defined in this file. So it means that the files already created. If you click on F12, then it should go to the this particular definition. But somehow I think just do one thing. We just need to build this. So what we can do, we just build it. Okay, it is built now. And now if you go and click on this, so it is going to, so you just need to right click on it and go to the definition. So you can see it is coming to the definition. And one more thing, if you see before the build it was saying the number is in black color, now it is as a in the brown color. It means that it is accepting the method or binding done with the step definition method. So here you can see that the first number is, so the method given is given the first number is, and you can put the same thing in here, and whatever number you are passing, that will come in the square bracket dot star, and dot star will be basically the number which you are passing through this given statement. Same thing it is happening for the AND statement. So you can see again, so for given, if you see we have a given AND, so this AND basically represent the given. So in the method you can see the given itself, it will not like AND. You should have not have the AND keyword here, it's just a given keyword. So given the second number is the number, and then when the two number are added, so in this you just need to implement the functionality or implement the action which you want. So this is these two things are prerequisites. So if you want to add two number, you need to pass two different numbers, and then you have action to it on it. So when you get two numbers, you have to add those numbers in the when condition or when scenario. Then will be the result. So this will be the validation part. So what we can do, we can just the number is already there. So what we can do, we just have this. So it is saying you can implement the arrange. This is the precondition logic for storing retrieving scenario specific data to use the multiple text line or table argument of the scenario. Additional string table parameter can be defined on the step definition method. So if you are passing multiple parameters here, then you can use the table also. So we will see how we can use the table. Now what we can do, we can just remove this throw because this is not required because we are going to write something here. So before that, what we can do, we can just create some values here. So integer first number equals to 0 and integer, it is already coming. When you tab it, it's automatically coming. So what we can do, we can in this scenario, what we can do, in the first number we will pass the number. We just need to assign this number, and in the second given part here, what we can do, we again use the second number. So second number equals to number. So now what will happen when you run this given part, it will assign these two number to it. Now what we need to do, we need to implement the logic. So it is saying that two number are added. So here what we can do, we just need the number should be added. Okay, and what we can do, we just need to create one more parameter variable here, that is the result. So what will be the result, we need to just validate it. So here the result will be first number, that is the first number plus second number, and this will return the result. And since we already got the result, so we need to assert the value here. So what will be the result is here. So this I think this what we can do, we just need to change this to underscore result. So here what we can do, we just to use the uh, reflection here. So it will allow us to once you apply to it, it will apply automatically, and you just need to use the double RR and then control RR, and then you can use this underscore, and here also you can use the same thing. So because in the then part, results already coming from the scenario. So here what we can do, we just need to do the assert dot that, and in the that what we can do, we can pass the first value, that is underscore result, that is the expected, is equals the result. So it means that whatever result is coming, it will come here. If it is not matching, then we can have the numbers are not added. This will be the error. If it's some if this fails, it will give the error. So now what we can do, we can just need to build this. Yeah, it is built now, and if you go to the text explorer, you can see your test cases will be listed here. So if you go to this, you can see calculator feature, and then you have the two numbers. When you right click on it, and when you run this, so let's see what will happen. So you can see, given the first number is, so this is done, it means that first method is correctly executed. Then and the second number is 70, so the calculate step definition given second is executed correctly. When the two numbers are equal or added, so the third method will be done correctly, and the result, then the result is 120. So it means that the result should be 120. So here you can see the assertion is successful. If it is not that case, then this will fail. So how it will fail, what we can do, we can just use, instead of 70, what we can do, we can pass the 75 to see if it is failing or not. So again we just need to run this. So now you can see it is saying Yeah, you can see number are not added. What we have given the message, it is coming. So the expected number was 120 because we are passing through the given. Sorry, then we are passing, but the total will be the 125. So you can see here in the output window you can have but was the 120. That's why this done. This is failed. So the result should be 120 and error number are not added because it was expecting 120 but we are passing 125. For result set will be the was the 125. That's why this is failed. So in this way you can get the failed or pass scenario and you will get the all the information here, and based on this you can create the report also. So in this way you can pass the data. So now what we can do, we just need to create one more method here, and we just change to this again to 70, and we again create one more scenario. So here what we can do, we can have the scenario outline and add again to numbers. Okay, and here what we can do, we just given. So when you type given and you will give the space, so if it is there you can see the statement which already written to this feature, it's coming to it. So when you select this one you can use this one again, but what we can do, we can pass the number from the some other place. So given the first number is, we pass first number, then and we pass the second number. When, so we can use the same method for this, and then also we can use the same, then the result should be, the result should be given, should be match. Yes, so instead of this what we can do, match the results, or then expected result should be get. Now you can see this is already given, but these three methods given and then is not created. When you right click on it and click on the defined steps, it will say the copy in the clipboard. So it is already clicked on the it is already generated. You just need to create or copy. So what I will do, I just copy to the clipboard, and if I go to here and then I just need to paste here. So you can see this is already given. So now what we need to do, we need to pass the number from the example. So here what we can do, we can have the example, and in the example we will pass the number. So first number, then we will have pipe, then second number, then again we will have a pipe and the result. And now we just need to start with the pipe and close with the pipe. And here what we can do, start with the pipe for first number. So that will, if suppose I'm giving 20, again pipe 30, and then pipe, and the result will be 50. So now this f name we need to use here. Yes, and same thing we will do with the second number, and the result will be the third number, that is the result. So now So now what we need to do, we need to pass this number from the this also. So here we have this, and we need to use the bracket dot star, and then we can pass integer fnum. This is the first number, and then for the second number also we will have the square bracket dot star, and here we will have the s number, second number, and then we will get the result. So in the then also get the result, or the result should be here. So what we need to do, this result will be passed here, expected result. So we will pass this as a result here. So in between you can pass here, this will be the number. So here what we can do, we can just use this dot star space, and here it will be the result. So now you have this, and you just need to save this, or just need to build the solution. So it is saying the scenario outline, add again two numbers, has no examples defined, but we have this, right? So what we need to do, we need to skip to the next line. So now you can see here, and when you build this, it will create it. You can see here it is built, but again we are getting some error, and that is expected should be get too many. This is correct. So I think there is a space here. No space. Okay, this is not required actually. So this is extra. That right is giving the error. So now I think this is correct. Yeah, I still have the error. Let me just build or clean this. It is built now. Now you can see here. So this is correct. It is going to this. And why this is not giving, I think this is required some space. Yeah, so now you can see all the steps are created. Now what we can do, we just need to use the same methods, like first number we have define underscore first number equals to fnum, sorry, equals to fnum. Then here we need to pass the second number equals to snum, and then here we just need to pass the result. So in the then we have the result equals to result, same method which we can use here, and here we can pass the error message, number or not added, or result is not match. So here what we can do, result does not match. Now so here the difference, what will be the difference here, just okay. So the difference between these two is we can pass the numbers, and this test cases can be run multiple times. If I want to copy paste this one and I just put 1313, and this will be the 250 like this. Or if you want to fail this test case to passing some random number, so I will pass just 10 and 34 and it will give the error. So in this way you can run these numbers, these test cases multiple times, and you can also see here. So you can see it is added 30, 50 and null. So when you build this again, you will get the multiple test cases for this, because it will run thrice, 3 times. So you can see it is written 3 times, and if you expand this, you can see here 10, 34, 50, 120, 130, 20, 50, and when we run these all three in one go, you will get the result. So you can see this will be failed because number is not matching correctly, but these two are pass because we passed the correct one. So this is for the negative testing, if method is working correctly or not, and this is for the positive testing. So in this way you can create scenario and scenario outline. So when you create a scenario, you can pass the test data given with the statement itself, or if you use the scenario outline, you can use multiple test data using example. So it will run the multiple times, or you can have the multiple test data to run the test case. So I hope you got this using this calculator.feature file. In next video we will see the how we can run the test cases using Selenium. So this is only for the unit testing, but if you want to run any kind of a test scenario, so we will add the scenario Selenium DLLs, and we will create some test scenario for the Selenium using Selenium. In this video, we have seen how we can create a SpecFlow test project where we haven't added any Selenium packages. So without Selenium, how we can run the test cases using SpecFlow test projects. In this projects also we have seen how we can create scenario and scenario outline, how we can use the scenario and scenario outline, where you can pass the example through the scenario outline. In second part we will see, in the next part of the video we will see how we can use the Selenium in the SpecFlow test projects. I hope you like my video. Please share, comment and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.